Hello everyone, it's your boy MP coming at you live and direct from the cockpit of my Audi A4. Again, trying to film myself. I'm really trying to make an effort to get better at this. And I'm on my way to work, so I thought I would capture a little bit about what I'm talking about. And I work in San Francisco, so I travel up the illustrious Van Ness every single day, and it's like a freeway. And so I thought I would take the opportunity to film some of the things on my way to work because, well, there's going to be a lot of cars, and this gives me an opportunity to hit some highlights and some low points. We'll start here with the BMW X3. Definitely has been a big staple in the crossover class. We talked about the crossover class, which was originally grandfathered by the Lexus RX. This car, design, dated, quality, decent, but reliability has been pretty good for the X3. And it's been definitely one of their better products and one of their better selling products. I think that the drive is kind of wimpy, and I think it's sad that the fact that it looks like a little step sibling to the X5. It doesn't look like it was built on its own 2 feet. But nonetheless, it's done really well for BMW, and definitely one of the better cars in the crossover class. You know, with that Lexus RX, the Audi Q5, Volvo XC60, Acura RDX, Infiniti EX, that whole crew. Honda Civic, you know, a car that probably more people are familiar with than not. Decent little 4-cylinder lawnmower engine, but gets the job done. Cheap entry-level car. The Scion XB. Why this car was ever made, I don't know. Why it was even popular, that's another good question, because that car is horrific and not very fun to drive. But I guess it serves a good purpose of being able to park here in the city. Another, of course, Toyota Prius. Staple for the granola family. I so hate that car and its cheese wedge design. And the worst thing is that I think hybrid owners get very stereotyped, but for some reason Prius drivers are just the absolute worst. They drive me nuts. Toyota Camry, also now a hybrid. I think this is a good move for Toyota. The Camry has been around for almost 30 years, 25 years. Definitely one of the better selling cars in our line. The closest car to resemble a Lexus, that's for sure. The design has been improved. It's gotten a lot bigger. Nice front end. I wish we could have captured that a little bit more, but here's another Toyota, the Corolla. This car, unfortunately, is a piece of shit. Good, I guess, price point. You get what you pay for. So there's some pros to it, some cons to it. Flimsy backseat, Motel 6, quality, fabric, chintzy drive, poor transmission. You know, the typical things that you're going to expect out of a $15,000 Japanese-made car, or any, I guess, made car, but does really well here in the States, and I think mostly because of the price point. The level of entry is cheap, it's affordable, it competes with that guy, the Civic. I'd rather drive a Civic, but, you know, that's not up to me. That's up to the people that buy these cars. C350, much better than the C300. I still am not overly hot on the design. Improved from the old C-Class. The C63 is a bad mamma jamma, but it just seems so forced in the C-Class. It seems like Mercedes was just begging to try to compete in entry-level, compact sedan, and the C-Class has been kind of like the cheap, chintzy Mercedes that doesn't get much love or respect, and that's probably for good reason. Another Toyota Camry, but this time in the Volkswagen Beetle lime green, another color that should never really be permitted. And Cabrio with the interesting looking lady. A car that I have no idea what that is. Actually, I kind of do. It's like an old school, like, Toyota Tsuruo or something. Kind of looks like a little bit of a Ford Pinto. That's good. I think it is a Ford Pinto. Shoot. Well, there's nothing really exciting left to really talk about. I'm almost to work. We got these big StarQuest vans and these Ford moving vans. Acura MDX, now that's an interesting car. This car gets a lot of love, actually, and has given the X5 BMW a lot of run for its money. I just took a trade, a Acura RDX, and was not really impressed with the ride quality. Extremely bumpy. Actually, really shitty ride quality. Really disappointed. But, maybe the MDX is something different. I haven't really driven it, so it's not really fair for me to touch on that. I just know the reputation that it holds, and it's actually a pretty good one. So yeah, that's it. I'm at work, except for let's leave on this